Hello everyone, welcome back. This is csecnow and I'll be going through this May June 2018 Principle of Business past paper 1. Alright guys, just to let you know, most of these questions will be repeated as well. Alright, not really feeling much good today, just a little bit under the weather. But nonetheless said so guys, I'll be going through these questions so you guys could understand the concept more. Alright, good. So number one, labor says labor is best defined as, so we are talking about physical and mental capabilities. Alright, it's used to perform tasks. Alright, number two, here it says which of the following are not trading instrument perhaps. So we are seeing that bill of exchange is not a trading instrument. Alright, good. Number three, so it says the policy of a company, alright, so the policy of a company are formulated by, so we are seeing that policy would be formulated by directors. Alright, number three, it says which of the following are key features of a planned economy. So we are talking about, we can see that it has to be centralized production, and we can see that we can also be in where we have citizens welfare is primary. So we are talking about its primary features of its planned economy. Alright, so the best answer here would be where we have seen there would be a centralized production and citizens welfare is primary. Alright, so the answer would be A. Good. Number five, here it says in which of the following types of economic system does government make all decisions. So we are talking about where you can see based on the economic systems, they are seeing that government would have made decisions based on command. Alright, so it's not due to mix economy, therefore I think that would be command. So the answer here for number five would be C. Number six, perhaps not seven, it says the main purpose of installing a suggestion box in a company is to get the workers view on. So we are talking about the main purpose here, guys. So the main purpose of where you have seen the suggestion box in a company here is the way of improving the workplace. Alright, so it's ways of improving the workplace. Number seven, it says refers to the following information. Sorry, we have seen that Mr. Lloyd, manager of the LMD Limited, holds would say a regular staff meeting to listen to ideas from employees before making decisions that would affect the future of the company. So here would have seen what type of, I would say, leadership style here would have been where Mr. Lloyd would have been employed. So we'd have seen that Mr. Lloyd here would have been a democratic. So he made decisions without, I would say, any input. Alright, good. So the style here for Mr. Lloyd would be a democratic. Alright, good. Number eight, just a moment, we're seeing that this would refers to where it had a vertical horizontal chart of a manufacturing company. Alright, so here we're going to see the relationships between the highest and the levels of management down to the various department that is known as. So it says for example of management the various department is known as have a line. It's not a flow chart, guys, because it's been in a line director flow. Alright, so it's not a sense that we had a flow chart. It's not a flow chart, it's not a rank, it's not a staff, it's a line. So the answer here for number 8 would be a line. Alright, number 9, it says which of the following demonstrates the characteristics of a good leader. So we are talking about its old characteristics. So we have seen that to inspire work would be a great assets of I would say a good leader. We have seen that delegated responsibilities, so we're talking about holding responsibilities, would have been a great leader as well. Make intelligent decision, that's very good. So we are seeing that all of these answer above would apply. So the number 9, so the answer would be D. Number 10, it says which of the following departments is likely to use its management information. So we're talking about MIS. So MIS is due to information about the customer, about response, I would say, to the products itself. So we are seeing that the answer here, we are talking about likely. So the answer would be B. We are talking about marketing. Alright, good. Number 11. Alright, so you are saying, says which of the following is not a function of management. Alright, so we are talking about which is not. So therefore we are seeing that the answer here would be A, providing accommodation for employee. So we are talking about, guys, the answer here, the D would not be, because it's controlling the use of funds. So D would not be the answer. We are talking about A, which is not a function of management. We are seeing management is not providing accommodations for, employees. But so we are seeing that coordinating work of employees is good. Delegating work to subordinates is good, and controlling the use of funds being applied, we are seeing in management. So the answer for number 11 would be A. So it's not D. Alright, good. Alright. So we're just going to move along to number 12. Sorry. So you're seeing it says the condensed version of the business plan is contained in. So we are talking about the condensed. So a condensed version, guys, would have seen it would be a clear version. I would say a clear plan. Alright, so it's a plan that we can see would be, for the future references of the business. So therefore we'd have seen it would be an executive summary. Alright, so we're talking about the executive summary. Alright, good. Moving along, number 13, it says which of the following which of the following is a regulatory regulatory issue for the entrepreneur. I would say the entrepreneur. So we are seeing that payments, I would say, paying the national insurance to the government. All right, I should erase these. Just let me see if I could erase these. Alright, so the answer for number 13 would be C, not A. Alright, using credit card to transact business. It says issue, right? It's a regulatory issue for the entrepreneur. Alright, so we're talking about paying national insurance to government, but it's an entrepreneur. So these answers are a little bit tricky, and I will leave this question, but I will window, guys, but I will B. Alright, good. Number 15. Good. So it says a firm may change its, sorry, just having a little glitchy on my end. So it says the firm may change its main objectives. So we are seeing it's from profit to share if there's an increase in. So we are talking about the competition in the marketplace. So we are talking a firm may change its main objectives from profit to the market share if there's an increase in the competition in the market. So the answer would be B for number 14. Alright, number 15. It says which of the following is not an example of an unethical business practice. So here we are talking about retrenching the inefficient workers. So the answer for number 15 would be D, retrenching the efficient workers. Alright, good. Number 16 here, it says which of the following are examples of a secondary source of data. So we are seeing company records is not one of the source of secondary data. We are seeing that former employer would be one, and we have government census. So the answer would be C for number 16. So it's include farmers, and I would say the former employee, and we have seen that government census. Alright, good. Number 17 says which of the following factors prevents and I would say being considered a valid contract. We're talking about valid contract. I've seen that in regards to prevent for a contract, I would say for a contract to be real, without seeing that we're talking about misrepresentations. Alright, good. So the answer number 17 will be C. Number 18, it says a contract may be discharged by, we are talking about where a contract may be, I would say, no longer valid, perhaps I would say. So we are seeing that the contract may be discharged if there is a breach. Alright, so the answer would be A. Number 19 says purchase order is, so we are talking about the purchase order would be where we have seen documents that have been offering to buy goods. Alright, so the answer would be D for number 19. Number 20, it says which of the following types of checks allow an individual to receive cash on demand. So therefore we are talking about open check. Alright, good. Number 21, it says the term human resource refers to, so we're talking about human resource, and human resource can refer to the person, I would say, available for productive and professional services. Alright, good. Number 22, it says Joseph has decided to leave his homeland of Jamaica to go in the USA in search of a better life. This movement is referred to as, we are talking about extra-regional, I would say external migration. And we are talking about external migration, we are talking about leaving from your country, going to another country perhaps. So if you were doing an internal migration, we are moving from our country to another, I would say, Caribbean country. So you're not moving from a Caribbean country to another Caribbean, so it would have not been internal, it would be external migration. Alright, number 23 here, it says refers to the following information. So we have seen that Mrs. Brown receives from a company in Barbados. Of this job, she decided to leave her home country of Trinidad permanently to Barbados. So in Trinidad, Mrs. Brown, we are talking an immigrant. So an immigrant from you move from your country to another country, and then therefore you would have lived, I would say, permanently, simply meaning you'd have been like a resident in the country after a few years. Alright, so therefore you'd been an immigrant. Alright, good. So you're not going there just to work, really you would have not been an immigrant, but you're an immigrant. Alright, good. Number 24, it says which of the following are examples of fixed capital. So we know that fixed capital would be like plant and machine. It's a part of fixed, where it's a capital. So machinery. So we are not talking about bank balances and cash balances. Those are not capitals. Alright, we're talking about machinery, plants, etc. Alright, so the answer would be C for number 24. Number 25 here, it says productivity can be measured by, so we are talking about how productivity is being measured. We all know that it's based on the input, and we divide the input times, I would say. Alright, so how we go about productivity is being measured. Normally we'd have the output, so the output is what you would have been said outproduce. Therefore input would have been the amount, or I would say the amount of, not revenue, but the amount of goods, or amounts of goods or services that would be implied in the business. So there would have output, and it's divided by input. Alright, so the answer would be D for number 25. Number 26, it says in the Caribbean, many people are hired, I think this is hired, I'm not really seeing, but hired for sugarcane farming, and very little equipment is used. The industry can best describe as, so we are talking about labor intensive. Alright, so the answer would be for number 26 is A, labor intensive. Alright, number 27, it says which of the following accommodates is product of the manufacturing industry. So we are talking about manufacturing industry, so in regards to the accommodate, product could be in a car. Alright, good. Number 28 here, it says in economics, a market described as, so we have seen that a market would describe as a situation in which the buyer, I would say, or seller interact. Alright, so the answer would be B for number 28. Any other comments, please feel free to leave it in the comment section, or any other concerns. Alright, number 29, it says under which of the following condition is trade discount being used. So we are seeing that trade discount is being used in a bulk purchases, and we are talking about bulk purchases. We are talking about referring or buying a stuff of goods in a bulk. Alright, so therefore we have seen where bulk purchase, we are talking about its own trade discount. So you can see where you can get a discount on bulk purchases. Alright, number 30 says the producer of the power drink promotes their drink over, I would say, energy plus drink in their advertisement. So you are seeing this of the advertisement is referred to as, so we are talking about persuasive. Alright, persuasive, we are talking about how they would go ahead and highlight their product. Alright, so it be in a persuasive form, not informative, and it's not about competitive as either. Alright, number 31. So we have to follow it is not a function of retailer. And the function, I would say not a function of retailer, would be transporting goods to suitable storage facilities. Alright, number 32, it says situate business gain by a business gain it sectoral space without having to pay for it. So we are talking about publicity. Alright, so we are talking about the game of ectorial having to pay without having to pay for it. I would have to call, therefore the answer would be A. Are you moving number to 33? 33 says the market equilibrium exists when I would say at the current price, wish by equal amount of the sellers that want to sell. So the answer would be C. Number 34. In terms of the following terms describes, I say, a market consisting of a large number of producers and consumers. So the answer would be C. Perfect market. Alright, number 35. So we have to follow in our characteristics of a book. I would say of a stock market. Therefore, we have seen that risk and benefits. So if these are the characteristics of a stock market, we'd have to go ahead to take risk, also to gain benefits. So risk and benefits. Alright, good. Number 36, we are seeing that Tom invests is, I say, saving by shares, I say, in a company. So from this investment, Tom's expect to receive, and Tom's will receive dividends. Sorry. So the answer will be dividends. Number 37. So it says Mr. Jones has several bills of, I would say, fixed amount to pay each month. So his bank manager agreed to pay them monthly for Mr. Jones. Alright, and we are seeing that the agreement therefore would be monthly. Alright, so this service, I would say, provided by the bank is referred as. So we are talking about it would be a standing order. Alright, good. So we have seen that the answer here would be a standing order. Number 38. It says Miss Honey would, I would say, like to protect her passport, birth certificate, and jewels. Alright, so we have to follow in commercial bank should she use. So we're talking about the best one would be the safety deposit facilities. Alright, number 39 now. It says we have to follow in entities. We have to follow in entities shares traded on, I say, the stock exchange. Therefore, we have seen that public companies can be where we have seen where traded stocks would have been exchanged. Alright, number 40 is we have the debenture holder is one who we are seeing that the debenture holder will be one who entitled to fix I would say the rate of interest, alright, whatever, or I would say not the company make profits. Alright, good. Moving to number 40, government. We have seen that government offers subsidies to businesses to reduce the cost of the price. Alright, number 42, we had a percentage and income tax, and it's a different level of incomes. So we have the income tax here in the levels percent, and we have the income levels. Alright, so just going to look on the graph here and see what's going on. So it says when the curve show a progressive tax. Alright, so here we're going to talk about 4. Right, so from the degree here, good, so from the income taken, a percentage in the tax here, we have seen it would be taken to 4. So the answer here would be 4. So we have seen where the progressive, this would be the curve, alright, at 4 right here. Alright, we're just going to move along to number 43. So it says which curve shows the regressive tax. We're talking about seeing the tax, where we are seeing the tax is like a little bit in percentages as income in the tax levels. So we'd have seen that the answer here would be 3. And we're up and about going up and about going up, and as things up and as things up and as things up and as things going progressive. So the answer would be 3. Alright, good. Alright, good. So we're moving forward to number 44. Alright, so number 44, it says which of the following actions by government is most likely in standard of living. So we're seeing that it's most likely to lead because there would be an abolishing taxing on low incomes. Alright, so the answer would be C. Good. Number 45 says price control may define as, so we may say that a price control may define as going to be a government, I would say, limit on the price of goods or services. Alright, number 46, we're almost through. So which of the following groups stands, to more benefits from stable level of prices? So we are seeing that the answer would be society. Alright, number 47. So which of the following forms a taxation is imposed on goods produced in a country? So therefore we'd have seen that would be an excise duty. Alright. Number 48, it says visible trade examines the difference between a country. So we are seeing that it normally they normally examine the difference between import and export of goods only. So they normally examine between import and export. Alright, so 49 says which of the following practices would contribute to the economic growth and development of a country? So we are seeing that provision of loan and technical assistance for establishing locally businesses. Alright, so number 50, it says education contributes to economic growth by ensuring that the workforce is highly we would have seen that the workforce is highly efficient. Alright, so we're talking about where education would be contributed to the economic growth. If you will see, therefore it would have been very efficient. So we are seeing number 51. So we are seeing that the limit in quantity, I would say, of goods that citizens of a country are allowed to buy from overseas is called, and we are talking about import quota. Alright, number 52, and we're almost through. It says which of the following when increase does not contribute to an improved standard of living in a country? So we are talking about the country population. Alright, good, and we're almost through so far. We're at number 52. Let me see for number 53. Just you guys. The moment see numbers. I'm not seeing numbers. I'm gonna move on. This paper is a little bit glitchy. Most of our words are missing, but I will input these answers in the comment section. Alright, so which of the 58 is which of the following represent the correct stage in development of, I would say, a single market? So we're talking about the CSME. Alright, so we are single market economy. Alright, good. So number 59 here, we have seen that in the periods of inflation, we are seeing that the ability to raise, I would say, additional capital for expansion is most likely to be a problem for, and we have seen it would be normally a problem for trade, the sole traders. Number 60, we're seeing that the unemployment caused by downturn in the economy is refers to as, so we're seeing that the downturn that being refers to the clinical. Alright, not the clinical but the cyclical. Alright, so guys, we are at number 60 at the end of this video. Most of these questions are slightly repeated. We are seeing that most of the questions are missing, but I would leave most of these answers in the comment section. So I want to say I'm not so well today, as you guys can hear. But if you reach the end of the video, please type kudos and you do have yourself. Alright.